What's up, everyone? It's your boy Casey here with another amazing episode at Guest Spot. What's going on? How are you coping? How has been your day? As I promised you, I told you I'm going to keep my promise, keeping you updated, like what's going on around the whole city, in amazing Greece and Europe at large. So, to cut the rambling and all this kind of stuff, I want this episode to dedicate it to it's gonna be about the vaccine, since it's what is on everybody's mind and what's going on. I would like to give you updates about what's waiting for us as in Greece, what's going to be happening when it comes to the vaccine in Athens and in Greece generally. Unfortunately, according to the news, there have been some spikes in cases in some areas, and I think the officials are kind of thinking of tightening up, the lockdown measures. For example, I've read there's areas like around, is it in Thessaloniki or something like that? They may, I don't know, that's how everything starts, you know what I mean? They already started with, they start with trying to be like, oh, well, we may do that, and they end up doing that. So they may change the curfew time from 10 p.m., which is currently the normal time, where like you have any movements are prohibited after 10 p.m. So they may change that from 10 to 5 in some areas which yet to get to the red zone. So that's the thing. Unfortunately, it's a sad thing to hear, but we hope things don't get to that point. It's just so annoying and unbearable. It's getting on and on. But here's the silver lining, or is the bright news that I would like to share with you that I read today, actually. That before the end of this very year, and considering that today is the 17th, that means we're left with a few days. But before the end of this very year, let's put it in this perspective. Before the end of this month, Greece is going to receive a vaccine. But there is a but to that. But it's not going to be the expected batch, like the planned amount, because from the beginning it was anticipated that the first batch of the vaccines to arrive in the country, there will be around like 300,000 vaccines. That means that for 300 doses cover a number of like 150,000 people, Greeks, people generally, which means, because the reason for that, because everyone has to take like a dose twice. So if it's 300,000, so that is like 150 people, and this was to be taken from Pfizer. The reason why I just wanted to clear a few things here, because I was really intrigued by this article that I found, and I thought it would be very good thing to share with you guys. So here's the thing. The vaccine coming in. They have like 3 manufacturers of this whole vaccine, right? And so the European Union, they arranged that, every EU member has to get, a batch of doses, you know what I mean? So actually the president of the European Union, this lady, the Ursula von der Leyen, said that each European country will begin the inoculations on the same day as soon as the vaccination has arrived in Europe. So basically, they planned that every country gets like the batch and the vaccination day. Like it's like an inauguration, but the vaccine is called inoculation. Like this kind of change. So they wanted everything to start at the same day. So, but there's a decrease in the number of doses expected because as I say, the recent plan was for 300,000. So but until the end of this month we may receive only 160,000 doses from Pfizer, who is the manufacturer. That is before the end of December, like in a few, like next week or something, some about to be coming in. And then it doesn't end from there though. After that, we have another batch which will be like 500,000 before the end of January. You know what I mean? So that means they're going to bring these doses in different, shifts. But I'm here thinking about, which batch am I gonna get my body vaccinated with? Which one am I gonna belong to? The first 160? There's no chance. There's no chance for me to get on that one, because if you consider the first factor, like every dose, everyone takes a dose twice, so there's no chance that I'm going to be part of the first 80,000 people to get that first vaccine from Pfizer. So but I promise you, if I don't get the first one, I will get on the second one. Like, the thing is, I'm fed up with this kind of situation. So if something comes up to, and helps, there's a lot of theories around the vaccine, but when was it better? Like, when everything is like, okay, everybody agrees with whatever happens. So whatever happens, you can't, twople the needle to look back from what it was. So if I miss the first one, I'm on the second one. Trust me, I get that thing to be. I need to if it's gonna be the password to send me out again, man, I'm doing that. So it's not gonna end there, because if you may think, all right, it's gonna be another 500 batch before the end of January, but then it's not the end, because after that there is another 300,000 doses of vaccine produced by AstraZeneca. It's another company. Told you there are a lot of manufacturers. So AstraZeneca will also, Greece will also receive a batch from them that is like 300,000 doses of vaccines, and also there is another 200,000 expected from Moderna, which is another manufacturer in the States. And according to the news from the United States, I think the US FDA is going to, to approve this vaccine from Moderna, I think, before the end of this week. So it's like that, actually. So, but they stress it, like, the first people to get this vaccine will be like the health workers, hospital staff, people living in nursing homes and care facilities, which I don't belong in any of their categories. I don't know on there, but it just makes sense. The health workers, they've done a great job. They're still doing a great job, so it just makes sense for them to be the first people to be, protected. We need them all in all cases. So, and the gratitude always has to be given to these people. So if the vaccine is to be taken by them first, we welcome that, and I'm down with that. That's my personal opinion. Everybody has their own, but I think that is then. But there is a curveball to that one. There's one thing that I read about it which also spiked up my ears a little bit. They say that although proven to be extremely safe for the majority of the population, the vaccine is not recommended for those with severe allergies, pregnant women, and children under the age of 16. So there it is. Yeah, I thought it was good, but now if you have some allergies of some kind, I don't know, so you're not are recommended to take the vaccine. So I can see some people coming up with excuses here. Get an allergy. I'm not going to vaccinate. All right, fair enough. That's my opinion, and this is how I think I've broken down this vaccine thing according to what's expected to be happening, or what's going to be coming in Greece here. For this is really very important news for whoever living within the boundaries of the country, because whatever happens in Greece and you're living in Greece, that means you have to know how the updates and how to go about the whole situation and what's going to happen. So that is it when it comes to the vaccine. But before I sign out for this one, I told you I don't want to keep my episodes longer. I just want to be coming in, show you what it is, talk about a few things, and then I'll hook you up for the next one. Because I told that they're going to be daily. In a travel update news, I have something which is really, really impressive that happened earlier this week. Most of you know the Syntagma metro station. They launched a service for deaf and hard hearing community. So if someone is having a problem with can hear, some can do nothing, there is a service that was put up on this metro station, which is at the main square actually of the city where there's a Greek parliament. If you've ever been to Greece, you've visited Greece, you know this place. You've used the metro station at Syntagma, you've been to the Syntagma Square, you've seen the changing guards at the parliament. That's really something that you'll be familiar with. So they put up a service that is catering for the deaf and those having a hearing problem. So the special thing about this actually is a free service. So this makes Greece the first country, European country actually, to offer this service for free of charge at the metro station. Kudos to that. I think it's a good thing together for everyone. And they say that this is what the minister has to say. They'll be like, today, in a collaboration with the Minister of Labour, the National Foundation for the Deaf, and Greece became the first country in the European Union to install a remote interpretation system for the deaf and hard hearing at the metro station, providing the service free of charge. So that's what the Deputy Minister of the Infrastructure say that. He said, I want to believe that in this way we are improving their daily lives and conditions of accessibility to public transport, which after all are a priority for the Ministry of Infrastructure and Transportation. Being that I told you this is one of the travel podcasts, I can just leave without giving you some travel updates. That is something really, I think, worth knowing, and a very good thing to point out. So in case you visit and you kind of worry about what's going to happen, that is something you have to know. So if you have a relative friend, it's a service to take advantage of. Okay, for in some airline news, Sky Express puts a new Airbus A320 into service. That is on the route going to be Athens Thessaloniki. It's a new service, and I think it's going to start in January 18th, I think, next year. But it's going to be actually that's the route we're going to be starting with. Athens, Thessaloniki, Athens. It's a round trip until I think January 17th, and then after they will be adding some new routes. Athens Rhodes, which is another island, that's another one. So they'll be adding routes gradually, but the first one is going to be Athens, Thessaloniki. So it's a good thing. Having this improvement or addition to the fleet, which is making it so easy when you're doing some domestic flights. So something to remember as you visit as well. Gone like almost 15 minutes in this one. No worries. So that was me. That was for today. Thank you for sticking around. Don't forget to, subscribe on the YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, Cashpod Podcast. You can find there the information. You can share, comment, leave me the updates. Any question you have, just leave me in the comments. Don't hesitate to do that. And you can get or when you're listening from the audio version of the podcast, you can get it anywhere where you get your the podcast from. It's everywhere. Just type in Cashpod Podcast and turn on. You can download the episodes. You can leave me a rating. Whatever you do, I appreciate it. So, peace out. It's your boy out.